Hey y'all, hey. Y'all getting this morning chat the way you're getting this morning chat. I am a little bit, there we go. Can you hear me now? Okay. Well, I see that this mic is in, but I don't see that one's reacting because I'm using a mic. My mic sounds nice. Check one. Welcome to the morning check behind the scenes. As you see me prepare my well, clean my glasses at this point, but you also get to see. There we go. Just didn't want that line of beautiful brightness of the sun interacting and washing out the beautiful brightness of me. Okay, let me put on my lipstick so I'm here for you all. At first, I'm not going to put, I don't think Instagram deserves the behind the scenes. I was doing that for a long time. And today I said, but no, though. Oh, this pink really looks good on me. It's very moist, too. Hmm. Yay, yay. But I could just I do the brush, but I don't really need to. I'd be trying to being somewhat professional. Okay, let's move this stuff out the way. Let's move this out the way. Let's move this stuff out the way. I absolutely feel very cluttered. I'm not even going to lie to y'all because I have way too much stuff. And as human beings, maybe it's a human thing, maybe it's a Capricorn thing, maybe it's a lady thing. I don't know. But we be collecting stuff. And then when we have to move or do something, then we're just like, well, where did all this stuff come from? Throughout the years of collection. Okay, let's get into it. Good morning. Welcome to the morning chat where I tell you what's on my mind in the morning time. How you are doing, my people? My people, how you doing? Welcome to Tuesday. This is February 7th. Um, and I have been working, okay? But I've been doing the thing, okay? I've been working, but I've been doing the thing. And we're going to talk a little bit about that in the short chat. But for now, let's get into the morning announcements. Okay, today's morning announcements, I want to inform you all that the morning chat edited of the edition is available on my YouTube channel. Conversation, according to Akara-Conversations. Let me say that again and clearer. Okay, so the morning chat Episode 5, where I talk about teaching the algorithm, is now available on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, according to Akara-Conversations. You want to go there and check it out. Okay. Um, Also, remember the Loves in the Air event that is happening this Friday at 8 o'clock in Marietta. Let me give you the specific address if you want to show up and where you can find those wonderful tickets. You can find them. The Loves in the Air is will be at the venue is in Marietta at 855 Church Street, Marietta, Georgia, 30060. Doors open at 8 p.m. You wanna be there, okay? You wanna be there and celebrate love, okay? You wanna go ahead and be there. There's gonna be 360 video booth. There's going to be vendors. There's going to be games and raffles, and there's going to be food and a cash bar, y'all. So y'all come out and enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself with me. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself with me. Okay, and definitely come and patronize Remix Candles. And the last one, the edited version, I gave some examples of my candles. You will see those there. I've been really focusing on the Valentine's, but I do have like a main line, which is the peaches and cream, peach, Georgia peach, very vanilla, and the grape jam, and of course the mystery mix. Which is just a mixture of like the leftover that couldn't quite make a full candle. So I kind of layered them into different candles, and then there was one that just kind of blended all in. I didn't think to layer the candles at that time, but it is what it is. So definitely come out this Friday at in Marietta at the Loves in the Air, and you can get the tickets off of Eventbrite. Okay, next, the bonus chat, Why I Left My Job Part 2, is also available on my YouTube channel, according to Akara-Conversations, where I talk about why I left my job. We went past, we talked about in part 1 about the glass ceiling. This time I talked about management played a hand in me wanting to go ahead and leave. Um, if you want to be in on the live on Thursday, where I talk about why I left my job, part 3, you want to join my Patreon for only $3. And the last one, actually, that's it. No more morning announcements. Let's move on to the next segment called Doordash Chronicles. Child, let me tell you some of my Doordash adventures. So this one is featuring a long trip for little money, for short money. That's what I'm gonna call it. This Doordash Chronicles is long trip for short money. Okay. So I was door dashing and I took this order that was $13. I didn't recognize how far this order was going. I picked up this order. This order was to pick up a burger and some fries from Shake Shack over here in Old Fourth Ward district. Child. Um, I'm like, okay, $13. I'll do that. That's 13. That was also back when I didn't take orders under a certain amount of money. Okay. And effed up my acceptance rate. Okay. So I was getting low vibrational orders. Okay. And I wasn't paying attention to the miles that I had to drive to drop off this burger and some fries. Okay. So I picked up the order as normal. It was ready. I went, took it down to damn near the airport. 13 miles for $13. Now, for you, y'all say that sounds fine. No, 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 it doesn't. This was in the middle of the time that I scheduled to do Doordashing, and it took me 13 miles out of my zone of Midtown. Okay. Midtown, East Atlanta, all that area is my zone, like the inner city of Atlanta. Okay. This took me all the way south, Cleveland Avenue, damn near the airport. Okay. If anybody that's listening to this is lives in Atlanta, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. It was down there. And it was $13. So what does that mean? Why was this a thing? Well, she only, or they only, because I never seen the face and I can't remember the name this time. I just say she because it's usually a she, but it's not always. So I traveled all the way down, damn near the airport. Well, probably past the airport, a little bit past the airport, or right next to it, child. And I get there, and well, first of all, it's a bad order because it's taking me way out. Two, it's not a high. Well, I won't say bad, but it's not a high vibrational. Excuse me, no COVID. Okay, I don't have COVID. Scat away from me. I don't have COVID, child. Um, it took me all the way for only $13. What I've learned since I've been door dashing, this be like my fourth month, is it's not about the amount, it's about the amount per mile. Normally, I don't take any orders that are $2 a mile. Now, well, I'm gonna say I don't. I try not to decline too many, but because I do some charity ones. Like I might not have mind doing that long ride had that been at the end of my shift. You know what I'm saying? And that quick $13 is going to win in my pocket regardless. But when it's like in the middle of or at the beginning of your shift of what you scheduled to drive. Now, mind you, I don't work for DoorDash. Okay, I'm an independent contractor and I go on whenever I want to. Okay, so the time that I wanted to do this, it was in the evening, it was dark, it was 13 miles out the way for only $1 per mile. That tells me that this person doesn't tip. And I'm like, I'm not tripping about the tip anymore. But then I was. I said, I done drove all the way out here and they don't even have the decency to tip, but it's okay. That $13 is going in my pocket. Now, I drive all the way out there. Normally, if someone has ordered food, they keep the light on at the door. Now, I'm learning and I'm figuring out that most of the time when they don't tip, they also don't have any type of decency to keep the lights on so I can see at least the door. Okay. No censored floodlights came on, nothing. It was dark. Darkness is anybody. Okay. I had to turn on my, thank God I had my phone light to so I could see where I was going. So it was dark, no light cut on, looked like nobody was there for a burger and fries. Now, granted, where they were located is probably there was a closer one, like the Midtown Shake Shack. If you really want a Shake Shack, okay, you could have got the one for Midtown, and it'd have been just a little bit closer. But I got out there, it's dark. I'm like, Lord Jesus. Once again, your auntie wanted to throw it at the door and then take a picture delivered as it's flying into, crashing into your door. But auntie is professional. Okay. She still put it at their door, took the picture, and went about my way. But I was livid at that time. I was like, this is some BS. They could at least tip me $1 a sign. But unfortunately, that wasn't my study. And but I did deliver it. I got that $13. I got over the fact that it was a long mile, but that is ridiculous, y'all. Now it got to tell you on the app, how far you're buying this food from. Okay. I want to leave you with this thing that I've learned about DoorDash and those people who tip. Because I prayed about this one. I was like, oh, why do people tip? Why would they have you drive all the way to West Bubba Flat? Okay, I have a new word for the F word is frack. West Bubba frack. Okay, I'm doing the Cardi B-ish type of thing. Just roll the tongue and you don't say the U, but you say A and then the CK. Okay. Why would they have you driving all the way to West Bubba Frat with no tip? There's 2 reasons that the Holy Spirit showed me. One, they had a bad experience. And they tipped and they had the food was either not delivered, it was delivered cold, stuff was missing, the driver was nasty or refused to leave it at their door or whatever the situation, or they left it somewhere that it's just like this wasn't a good place for you to leave my food, B. You know what I'm saying? So they probably had a bad experience, so they refused to tip. Okay. 2, ignorance. Ignorance. And I have to admit now, as much as I may say about, you need to tip or complain about non-tippers, I was one of those people. I come from the old school. We tipped when we got great service. Okay. But that is not how you're supposed to tip. Your service people, anyone who serves you, anyone who does anything for that is the convenience of you, anything, everything and anything. If they're cooking your food, if they're delivering your food, if they're doing your hair, if they're even servicing your car, you can't do it yourself. You are paying them to do something that you could if you learned, but you don't because you can't or won't. Okay, so if they're doing any type of service for you, they should get tipped if they offer tipping at that establishment. Okay, real talk. But I'm from the old school, so I saw those the delivery prices be bumping you in the head. I know, but I take the adage of if I were going to a fine establishment like Ruth Chris, okay, or Nobu restaurant, you don't go there if you can't afford the food and to tip and to pay for parking. It's a luxury service. You're like, DoorDash is a luxury. Yes, it is. It's luxury because it's something that you don't need to live. You don't need DoorDash to live. Okay? We're not delivering medical medicine to you. We're delivering food. Now, if you fail to go shopping and you don't know how to cook or whatever, you need someone to cook for you. Well, you want somebody to cook for you. You just fail to go and learn how to cook and use your stove and oven, air fryer, microwave, whatever to cook your food. Okay, it's a luxury service, and you need to come with luxury money. Okay, I suggest tipping your DoorDash driver. And there's a third one with DoorDash. I don't think you can tip after you receive service. I've had a couple of people who said that they wanted to tip me after I delivered because they got good service, and there was no way. Now I could have given them my personal cash app if I was really greedy for the money, but next time, just do it ahead of time and pray that you get someone like me who will deliver it with a smile and as hot as I can make sure it is. Okay? So, but either way, tip them because they're delivering it. They're picking it up, they're standing in that line for you, they're putting it in their car and driving it out to you. Okay? If they don't do it, I'm pretty sure you can get your money back from DoorDash if the delivery driver fails to complete the order. I'm telling you, as a DoorDasher, if you report that someone did not deliver your food, they did not complete that order, that's grounds of being deactivated. That is a contract violation. Okay? So know that and wield that sword wisely. Okay? Because you can cost somebody their job or their way of making money. Okay? Um, they're aware of them making money in between other things hitting. You know what I'm saying? And it could be a situation where they got stuck in traffic or they got confused or you gave the wrong address. Okay. So will that knowledge of deactivation very wisely before you choose to complain about the lateness or non-delivery of food. But don't punish us others who deliver your food in a timely fashion with us that is courteous and do it with a smile on our face, no attitude. Okay? All right, so that concludes my DoorDash Chronicles. Now, let's get into short chat. Short chat. Short chat, I know y'all wonder, why are you pausing? Because when I go back and edit, this is the part that I'm going to edit out. So I smile to give myself some time to clip it there and then boom. Okay, so the short chat. Okay, short chat is topics that I speak on briefly. I don't know enough information about it, but I just want to give you a little bit of my opinion about that subject and keep it moving. Okay, it's about a minute to 2 minutes long conversation pieces. Okay, each. Okay, so in the short chat today, I want to talk a little bit about the BCU former head coach or one that was offered head coach. BCU will be Bethune-Cookman University. It's an HBCU. And former head coach, I want to say head coach, or maybe he was negotiating to be head coach of Bethune-Cookman. Ed Reed, he's a Hall of Famer, played for the Baltimore Ravens, went to the Super Bowl, got the ring. Okay. And he was slated to work as head coach of Bethune-Cookman. But on January 15th, he went live on Instagram, on social media, and dragged Bethune-Cookman for the work conditions and the school's work and work and play conditions. It was horrible. Made me think about how many people was mad about Deion Sanders leaving Jackson State because when I looked that up and I got further information, Jackson State wasn't no better. What good was that came out of the football program was donated and given to by Deion Sanders. So I'm just thinking that was interesting. And so once he had dragged them on social media, they decided allegedly to not have him as the head coach. But he later on January 17th, apologized for his language and tone. Notice he didn't apologize for what he said because he told the truth. But I just want to say, go, brother. I feel like you should not have apologized. What you showed on social media, I did see the video, was you. It would anger anybody that's in it to help out the kids, and they're living or they're working in such poor conditions. You know what I'm saying? And you should be questioning what that school is doing with their money. Period. Okay. But I just want to say he never wanted to leave. He wasn't leaving like Deion Sanders. He wanted to stay. The school decided to not do it. Now, I may have breaking news. When I was looking this up a little bit, it looks like they have renegotiated some things, and he may be being the head coach of Bethune-Cookman. Okay, they just need to come up. You already know what he do because he's not apologetic for telling the truth. He's apologetic for his words, his language, because he was cussing up a storm, as my mom would say. Okay, all right, and he didn't think that was appropriate as a father, as a coach, or as a leader, and he's right. But watch your mouth and tell the truth. Okay, go. I support you all the way, Ed Reed. Okay, moving on. The next short chat topic is Beyonce. Huh? Beyonce, you know it. Everybody else has already talked about it, but she was getting a little dragged about her concert that she gave in Dubai, specifically by the LGBTQIA community. They didn't like the fact that, well, some didn't like the fact that she did the concert over there where the LGBTQ is highly unaccepted. Actually, being homosexual in any kind of way can get you killed over in Dubai. And they was like, I can't believe B went over there and did a concert for them people. Bitch, they paid her like $24 million. I would have went over there. I would have did a concert for the slave masters that enslaved my ancestors for that type of money. Okay? But say she don't need it. Bitch, you don't know her life. Stop counting her pockets. Okay? That's how I feel about that. That's a really short, like, whatever. Stop counting B's pockets. You don't know what she needs. You don't know what she needs. And you don't know what she's going to do with that money. Now, as much as I want to hate on Beyonce, now Beehive, I'll keep your stingers to yourself. I'm not saying I hate her. I've wanted to hate her so much, but I cannot deny the music. I cannot deny the hard work and that she puts in for her craft. So I got to respect the hard work. Girl, you better work. Work a girl, work a girl. You do it. I can't do nothing but respect her work ethic that she puts on to do these fabulous shows that she puts on. So Mm, go girl and get your money. Okay. But I bet you all them people that dragged her or expressed disappointment in her doing Dubai is gonna be buying them rent costing, rent. They ain't gonna pay their rent so they can go and see B when they come to her town this year. Okay, the first U.S. city that she'll be doing her world tour. In her world tour will start on May 10th in Stockholm. That's right. The Renaissance tour is starting in Stockholm on May 10th. That's in Sweden. Her first U.S. city will be Philadelphia in July 12th. Okay. I bet y'all gay people, y'all LGBTQIA people, will be right there spending your rent to go see B. Okay. So if you're not going to do nothing, sometimes just be quiet. Just, mm, mm. Okay. Don't. I'm gonna need you to not buy her ticket. Pay your rent and not buy her ticket if you feel some type of way about her doing her show in Dubai. And half y'all over there get mad about her going to Dubai is planning a trip there too because I word on the street allegedly it's quite opulent over in Dubai. You will be a straight man over there, okay? Just so that you can experience the opulence. Maybe you will, maybe you don't. Some of you may stand on your morals, and I respect that, okay? But I don't want to hear none of y'all talking about, she slayed at the concert. Wait a minute, I thought you was mad. Now, I want to say this. It wasn't all the LGBTQ community. Actually, most of the ones that I've seen report on it, like Alex Rogers and, I'm sorry, baby. I can't remember your name, but I love you too. Alex Rogers. He's a comedian. He does a show. Uh, Allegedly. That's the name of the show. Allegedly. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I remember. Allegedly. Dun, 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 dun. Allegedly. Okay, I love Alex Rogers and Chris. Don't remember his last name. My New Orleans brother. I love y'all, by the way, but they didn't express any um, feelings about the situation of her going over Dubai. It was like, get your bag, girl, and I'll be at your concert when you come here. Okay, and and they won't be spending their rent money. Okay, they making good money, and I'm so proud of you. I love y'all. And Funky Dineva, he was like, look, if you feel out, he didn't feel any way about it. He was saying that I need y'all to keep that same energy when she comes in town and she does a concert in your city. Don't buy her tickets then. Stop supporting her if you feel some type of way about it. And I completely agree with him. I love you too, Funky Dineva. Okay. Funky Dineva have one of my favorite theme songs for his show. Okay. I love his theme. Okay. It's straight. That is definitely Miami, Florida music at its best. Next to and then next is To Hear More, but we ain't talking about my favorite theme songs on YouTube shows, child. I wish once I get more people in, I'll get me a theme song too, you know. So just one last thing about her tour tickets is they are going, they are, a lot of people are saying that they are mad expensive, but the face value is $62 and up. Okay. What's making it a lot, according to CBS news.com, is, yeah, was they found that it was more like $1,000. Well, the $1,000 is all the fees that the ticket master and these ticket places are adding to make it $1,000 because they know you want to see B. They know you want to see B too. Okay, so you're gonna pay that $1,000. You're gonna pay your rent money. You're gonna save up your tax returns. Okay, and go and see her. I love you, B. Lord knows I do. I'm gonna have to live vicariously through those who do go to her concert, and then and give content on that whole thing. But I can say that I did go to SeatGeek for the Atlanta show in August of this year, and I saw seats. It was nosebleed 3,000, but in the Mercedes Stadium, but it was only $298. Still too much for me. I'm gonna have to see her in her golden years when she's doing. Uh, she's doing old time review. What they say, oldies but goodies tour, and she's doing millennial tour like tours. Okay, where she gets together with all the R&B women when she 50, 60 years old. That's when I'm gonna go and see her. Okay, when them tickets is maybe $100. All right. Okay. Matter of fact, I don't think I paid that much. And plus, I don't like arena concerts personally. I like I haven't been to an arena concert since I was in middle school, high school. I don't go to no arenas. I don't go to convention centers for. I go to Center Stage. I go to the Atlanta Winery type of concerts, intimate concerts, the Tabernacle. You know, those are places, venues that more intimate concerts are done. Now I have done the Civic Center. I did see some, but it was still intimate. I was pretty close. Okay. Oh, and I did do a I did go to a comedy show in the arena, but that was again over 10 years ago. So, child, no, I want to be sipping on my wine and eating my steak dinner as Dwelle sings to us. Okay, and walks through the crowd because he feels safe that nobody's going to pull his clothes off. You know, he has an intimate. He's very down to earth, and I love him. Like, I don't want to be his wife or anything, but I love his work. Okay. So that's all I have for the short chat. I think I went a little bit over my 2 to 3 minute, 2 minute timeline. But it's B. She deserved every minute. Okay. Anyway, let's get into the 15 months. 15 months. Cut. Now, let's get into the 15 minutes of funk. There ain't no junk. That's right. Let's get into the 15 minutes of funk, where I talk about my opinion on the whole Tyre Nichols murder. I said it. He was murked. Okay. For no reason at all. At all. So I'm going to give my opinion on that right after I let Instagram go. Now, those who are watching me here on Instagram or rewatching it, if you want to see the full thing, subscribe to my YouTube channel, according to Akara-Conversations. And you can see the live, rewatch the live, and find out what I'm talking about. Get my opinion on it. And or you can wait until whenever I decide to edit the video and post it on, according to Cara, Conversations, whenever I decide to edit and post it. Okay. I don't know when it could be. It might be next month if I get as busy as this week is going to be very busy. This month may be very, very busy. So y'all want to get it. Or you can get the live on my Patreon, of course, along with other videos that is exclusive to my Patreon, like my bonus morning chat that I do on Thursday. Okay, so bye bye. I will see y'all next Tuesday. All right, bye bye. Bye bye. Okay, let's get into this 15 minutes of fun. All right. Let me tell you how I feel about this whole Tyre Nichols. So I watched the full video early this morning. And what I noticed, and now mind you, the video was on Washington Post on YouTube. Okay. And you have to click that you're okay with the content. It may seem, whatever, but it didn't to me. Maybe I'm just a sociopath. I don't know. So, what I noticed is the first video that I saw on Washington Post was the body cam, and it was a lot. I that didn't show. They didn't show them. They showed the police officer running, catching up to the guy, Tyree, tackling him, and I heard a lot of "turn over, give me your arm," a bunch of orders that they were doing, and he sounded very incoherent, like When he called, I heard clearly though. The only clear thing I heard him do was call out for his mom. Okay, what's up, by the way, with young men calling? He was a 29 year old 30, almost 30-year-old man calling out for his mother. Mm, mm. Sad, sad to hear. It's like you calling out to your mom and she's nowhere. She's not there. Calls out to his mother. I wonder what that's about. Not Jesus, not God. I'd be like, Jesus, help me, Lord. I think I would be calling out to Jesus aside from my mom, but you know, it seems that George Floyd did the same thing, called out for his mom, even though she had passed on. Then they showed another video. Uh, in that the voice, you could hear the voice, and the police officers were claiming that he was on something. He had to be on something. I tased him, I pepper sprayed him, all this stuff. He just wouldn't go down. Okay. The I think what I saw was excessive force, just from what I heard. They was telling them to turn over, whatever, so and so forth. But then I saw another video where there was like 4 different videos, where there was one that seemed like it was like up in an air visual of it, like it was, those light pole cameras. And then they had the body camera one, and maybe I don't know why it was maybe a different officer's body cam as well. And it showed where they stopped him at a traffic stop. The young man said that what's wrong? I didn't do anything. They grabbed him out of his car like he committed a murder. Okay. They claim that he was, kind of like going in and out of traffic, driving recklessly. when they caught up to him. I saw the sole white police officer, and he could be white. He could be just a very fair black man. He could be Latino. Just he was very fair. So I cannot confirm or deny what I saw, but it looked like a white man's hand. Okay, and I saw him holding the taser, but I didn't notice or hear the taser go off. Like he was holding it to his leg. Um, but when they did, he's like, "What's going on?" He was like, "Get down, get down." He's like, "I'm already down here," but he wasn't down enough, from my opinion. He was trying to argue a little bit with the cops. It wasn't like, "I don't know what you're talking about. Also, I ain't do nothing. I ain't do nothing." You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like that. He said, "What's going on?" He was very like, "Why are y'all treating me this way? I didn't do anything." And I don't think he did do anything except for break the cardinal rule or the unwritten rule. Now, we're going to go into that once I finish telling you my commentation of what I saw. They held it. They was telling him to get down. He was down, but if you're up like this, if you could do like this, you're not down the way they want you. They want you on your stomach, hands on, you know, allowing them to get your hands and put them in cuffs. Okay. He was fighting that. So I admittedly can say, as a sister, from my point of view and what I saw, he did fight it. And he was kept trying to question what was going on. Why are you treating me this way? Okay. If I was more of a spitfire, I probably would have done the same thing. Like, what are you doing? I didn't do anything. I'm driving. Why are you stopping me, officer? You know what I'm saying? And but he was still wiggling and moving. They clearly did not have the cuffs on him, So I'm assuming, from what I saw, he was kind of wiggling and fighting, not like pop 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 like fighting, but he was kind of he wasn't giving them a hard time. Like, no, I'm not going to allow you to put me in handcuffs, you know. And then he somehow wiggled from those two officers' grasp and started running. One of the police officers ran as far as he could, and then he called for backup. That was the black officer. They clearly, now he was washing his eyes, so I did not see the pepper spray, but clearly that pepper spray got also in that officer's eyes. So because he was rinsing it out with water, and the fair-skinned officer was helping him wash the pepper spray out of his eyes. So I did see a taser. First of all, let's give credit to the police officers for not using guns. Okay, let's give them a little credit. They didn't use guns, which proves that guns don't kill people. People kill people, because they end up killing him. They end up harming him until he passed on to the other side with their hands and their batons. Okay, so they went on to do that. When they caught him, they called for backup. Backup went to find him and catch him. There was 3 brown-skinned men that was in police officer uniforms that was trying to get him cuffed. And he was wiggling, but then there was a point when they was down, and this is where I feel like it was way too excessive. Like, it was excessive that they dragged him out the car in the first place. Okay. But at this point, they dragged him out of they have him, they tackle him, they get him down, they're trying to put the cuffs on, he's still wiggling. And while they were trying to do it, he's like, turn down, of course, commanding him, turn over, get down. And they're trying to do this. And I saw one cop kick him 2 times, and the other one was like haymaker in his ass. You know, just it was just reminiscent of Rodney King. Young people, if you don't know about Rodney King, I go look it up. There was a whole video, and it was just like 6 fierce melanin deficient men that was kicking this man and kicking this man and beating this man with their batons. They were threatening, oh, I'm gonna wand you, I'm gonna hit you, I'm gonna do this. They didn't. By the time when they finally got the cuffs on him, he was laying on the ground, he was squirming, looked like he was in pain. Then they would say, no, sit him up, sit him up, sit him up, sit him up. And they sat him up, leaned against one of the squad cars, and he was slumping over like, then it was just them talking about it. Talking about what happened with one another, how their experience with this guy. It was a lot of he must be on something. We tased him, we pepper sprayed him, we tried to keep him down, and nothing affected him. He wasn't on any type of drugs. He was on adrenaline. That young man, Tyre, was running and fighting for his life. Okay. You were saying, well, there's brothers. I'm pretty sure some of you melanin deficient people would say, it was people that look like him. So would why wouldn't he just comply, or why they didn't understand? Well, when I took paralegal classes in PG Community College in Maryland, Largo, stand up. Okay, there was a former police officer who was one of my professors, and he said there is an unwritten law or rule that people tend to break, and that's pissing off an officer. Okay? All the struggling, all the questioning, all the running, you made them police officers run with all that equipment on, I'd be pissed too. But as a professional, as a professional, they should not have let that get to them. But there is such an unwritten rule of pissing off the officer, then they're going to end up doing excessive force. If you make them run too hard, if you question them, giving them a hard time and not answering their questions, they're just going to treat you like ish, just like any human being. Okay? Now, I'm not giving no excuses for these men who beat his ass. Okay? Period. Okay? I can say that because I don't have no sponsors yet. I can cuss a little bit. Okay? But they beat his butt. And maybe I should practice, start acting like I had sponsorship so I can get some more money off of this. But because I am going to be the hottest thing in these social media streets, you better remember my name. But yes, it did not warrant them doing what they did, beating them excessively. I also read in another article where I was trying to find out his toxicology report, where see if it was proven that he was on drugs, but that hadn't been released. But the little bit we do know is that he suffered heavy bleeding due to being beat up. That's how he died. So he bled out. Probably some internal bleeding that he had going on there, and it's just so sad. So in this case, it still doesn't warrant the way they do. It's very excessive, but I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. They didn't use guns. They tackled them. They used everything except for bullets, and I'm so that was a wonderful situation. But the saddest thing is you still killed the brother. You still killed the brother. There should have been some way for you to be able to cuff this man. Okay, especially for a you did all this for a traffic. Did he hit somebody? Was he killing? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bruh. At this point, once he wiggled away and ran, it was over for him. To be honest with you, because they ran after him. Now it's like now I'm just got to get you to get you. You know what I'm saying? So those officers were pissed. That's what that was, and they deserve everything that's coming to them because you murked the guy because you were ticked off. And lastly, I want to and this is going a little bit over there was a rumor or is a rumor out on social media that the reason why he was targeted, Tyre was targeted, was because he supposedly was sleeping with Officer Haley's ex-wife. Okay. I want to address that because a friend of mine is a purposeful prepper referenced in one of her videos about why it may not be that much of a protest. I call bullshit on that because that's not enough for you not to protest. I think people are not protesting because they're majority brothers. Okay, they still lost their jobs. They're not police officers and probably will never be police officers in at least Memphis. Okay. Um, but miss me with the BS about we support his behind dying over messing with an ex-wife or girlfriend of an officer. FYI, that was not sustained. Okay, that was not sustained. That's a rumor, complete rumor. It wasn't. Okay, and he didn't deserve any type of brutality for a traffic stop. Any type of brutality at all. Okay, they did not have to do it. They could have. It was a traffic effing stop, yo. This is a FedEx delivery guy. This is a father. This is a upstanding citizen. This one was an act. You can't say that he was a drug dealer, that he beats women. You don't got none of that on him like y'all claimed you had on George Floyd. I looked up that stuff. The hardest thing he did was skateboard. It was probably skateboard when he ain't supposed to be. Okay. He didn't deserve to die. Those police officers, I don't also feel like the fact that they lost their jobs and all that, I think that was excessive for the police force to do as well, because you didn't do it to them white officers. They were on leave with pay. Those officers should be on leave with pay, just like you did with the white ones. I said what I said. I said it before when it was a short chat last week. You keep that same energy as you have for those white men that did the same thing. White police officers. We should be marching just like those were white police officers. But we're not. We're not. When it's black on black, we kind of want to turn our heads. We should be marching and still saying Black Lives Matter. Okay, we should be taking over the streets. Memphis should be in a disarray for the death of Tyre Nichols. Should, but they not. But they not. Them officers, no matter what their race, creed, religion, belief, whatever, I don't care. I don't care. You were wrong. It was wrong, and we should be marching in the streets for Tyre more so because he was an upstanding citizen. As far as I know, probably a tax-paying young man, 29-year-old. Had a real job, not dealing drugs, not beating women. Sounds like a good guy. Now, maybe y'all know something more than I do. If you do, leave it in the comments. Say, oh, no, he had a arrest record. I didn't go that far to see. I started getting tired, but to see if he had an arrest record. But I would be more than happy to come back here and apologize. Oh, I found out. The FedEx was a front. His mama didn't know that he was a drug lord. Okay, he was a major drug dealer, or he was a pimp out in these streets. It's hard out here for a pimp. Okay, what was that called? Whatever. I can't think of the name of the movie. Yeah, that was based out of Memphis, Tennessee. Was he that? Was he out there pimping out girls? Man. Okay, shouldn't be that too soon. But he was an upsetting young man. So what can you say? He didn't deserve that at all. At all. And those are people say he shouldn't be trying to conduct. I heard somebody say he shouldn't be trying to conduct court on the streets. No, he had a right to ask, what did he do? It's not, no. The only thing he should have done that I felt like maybe he was wrong is not fight it. Just lay down, get cuffed, let him question you. Okay? If there was nothing wrong. But you was like, well, why did he run if there's nothing wrong? Our black men are being murked in the street by police officers. That's the reason why he ran. He didn't do nothing. That's why he ran. Where have you been in the last 4 5 years? Where have you been? Our young men are being gunned down, beat down, hung. It's not nothing new. Yes, we run it. Okay, we're not just gonna lay there and get beat up like we were from the 60s, like Martin Luther King and them. We're not just gonna go peaceful. Or these young kids. I'm not them. I'm old enough to be your auntie. Okay, hush up. Not your grandmother, just your auntie. Okay, but they getting gunned down. I see why. I would run too. Especially the way they grabbed him up out of the car. I'd be running too. He was running for his life. Unfortunately, he didn't save it. So that's it. At this point, it's not 15 minutes of fun. It's 20 minutes of fun. That's all I have for you. That's my opinion on it. It was excessive. The police officers were wrong, but Tyre contributed to it because he did resist. And I think it would have went a little more smoother. Matter of fact, I'm guaranteed it would go much smoother if he just would have complied, laid down on the ground, and just answered their questions. I do believe that it wouldn't have ended that way. Because the officers did as much as they could without using guns. I applaud them. Continue doing that. Don't feel like you need to go back to guns to detain a suspect. Okay, they use the taser, they pepper spray to get him down, and then they use excessive force and wands to knock him down. And unfortunately, he bled out on it. I don't think those officers should have lost their jobs. I do think that they did what they could. But the man, second-degree murder, they're now being charged with. I don't think that should be that either. I think it should be manslaughter at best, at the most, because they were in their feelings at that point. They didn't chase this man down. He just wiggled away. They claimed that he tried to reach for the gun. I didn't see that, but you know what I'm saying? But he was fighting. He was resisting arrest. He was technically resisting arrest. And those officers should have been more professional to be able to get him down. Okay, with 3, you all could have held this brother down without choking him to death or beating him to death. All right. All right, I gotta go. I got some things I gotta do today. I gotta make this money. This money. All right. Anyway, remember, love yourself. Well, before I go into my final statements, if you want to support the channel, it will be in the descriptions below. There's my Cash App, there's my merch link, and other ways if you want to have a conversation with me, how you can reach me. I need to put my new number in there for those type of conversations, which will be updated next time. Okay, so get in touch with your auntie. All right. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Remember, love yourself, love your neighbors, and stay authentic. Y'all be good now. Bye.